Because I like that actually. This is like I love the software. This shit is so dope, man. Like this is one of the best features. This is what I wanted.
This is what
I
it is. This is what it is for.
This is
that
dope.
right there. So let's get into this shit, man. It's your boy K-Stag, aka the Rilla, aka the Thriller, aka the real Vanilla Thriller, and I'm with my boy Bryson Jones, aka Red Nation Blogger, aka the man who pulls 2 different women at the Rockets games, and people don't know. I'm messing with y'all. We ain't gonna get into that shit. How y'all doing today?
That's not me.
How y'all doing today? This is No Narratives Podcast. We coming at you live from the H. Holla at me. What's going on, B? What you been up to, bro?
Nothing, man. Just trying to perfect this, get this up and running, get this off the ground. All hands on deck. It's about that time, man. It's really about that time. It's almost NBA playoff time. I'm literally counting down the days on the calendar. Like I'm so excited.
No, you can.
Like,
I was actually looking. I mean, they got a long shot, if any shot at all. But I was looking at the Rockets game the other day because I was blown away at the fact that they're on like I think like a 5-game road game winning streak, and they're like on a 6-game
not road game, but just 5.
Oh, 5-game winning streak or something like that. And I was just like, oh damn, I do know they're 3 games behind 500, which is crazy. And I was like, I was looking.
Well, they 4 now because the Warriors won yesterday. So since the Warriors won,
no, they are 3 games behind 500 in their record. They're 32 and 35.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, but I was looking at it.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah, I was looking at it, and I'm like it's. I mean, they would need a lot of help, and they would have to keep on with this stretch that they're on right now for it to do something. I was actually going to text you the other day. I think it was the game 2 games ago. It was the first game without Alperen Sengun, and I think it was the game against the Wizards. That was the first game without Alp. And I was going to text you. I think that was the first game without Alp, if I'm not mistaken. Wasn't it?
Because he got hurt in the Sacramento Kings game.
Yeah, he got hurt in the Sac game. Let me pull that up real quick before I continue talking out my derriere.
Yeah, because he definitely he got hurt in the.
I know he got hurt he got hurt at the very end of the set. It was like 40 seconds left in the game.
Yeah, it was literally almost over.
I know he got hurt in that game.
They beat Sacramento the next time that they played at Sacramento back to back, and they won both times. They won both times. Then they beat Washington, and then they beat.
Okay,
Cleveland.
so he got hurt. That's right. He got hurt trying to block. I think he got hurt trying to block Domantas Sabonis with like 39 seconds left in the game. They won that game, and then the next game is when they played the Spurs, and they won 103-101. I want to say, and that's right. That's
you're right. I don't know why I saw Sacramento twice. It's SAS.
Yeah. It was the Spurs. Okay. Yeah, no. It was the Spurs. And I remember telling you when I didn't tell you this, but I was gonna say it. That first game at home against the Wizards, I was like, "This is the time for Jalen Green to show his ass right now." With Alperen.
Yeah, Washington fucking stinks.
Yeah, but I mean, Washington stinks. But this is the time if you want to see something from him. This is the time for him to show his ass. Alp's out, so he's going to be the main focal point of that offense. It's not going to be Fred VanVleet. It ain't going to be Dylan Brooks. It's not going to be Jabari Smith. It ain't going to be Amen Thompson. It's going to be Jalen Green. And I think he had 37 against the Wizards, and I think he had like 26 or 27 against the Cavs. So
he had 30. Yeah, he had 37, right? That's what you didn't say. 27.
37 against the Wizards. Okay. And you said it. It's against the Wizards. I mean, that ain't shit. But I mean, with how he's been so up and down and inconsistent this year, he needed to have that game. Yeah. He needs any game over 20 basically for the rest of the year because he's been so inconsistent, and that's what's been the issue with him this year is his inconsistency. I've loved the aggressive nature he's had recently, whether it's been scoring, whether it's been passing the ball, because he's had some really good dishes to Jacques Landale for an example for one of them, and then he's been feeding the ball to some of these other guys. He's been playing.
Amen Thompson, he hit him up. He hit him in the break. Yeah, at post All-Star break, I'm looking it up. He's averaging 22 points per game on 44% shooting, 37% from 3. The Rockets are 8-5. He's playing pretty good. His shot selection right now, he's hitting shots. so
He's
we're
hitting
happy with the
shots.
shot selection.
Exactly.
But
So,
he's
but when
hitting
he's not
shots.
hitting them,
But when he's not hitting shots, that's when I still, even while he's hitting shots, even during this stretch, I'm really not. There's still moments in the game where I'm not liking the shot selection. Like, to me, he shoots way too many threes. He's not a
100%.
great 3-point shooter.
He's
He
not.
needs to be
And that,
taking 3 a game, at max 4. Every shot needs to be where Devin Booker and Kevin Durant take shots.
unless he
Everywhere.
is wide ass open, I will
Yes,
accept
yes.
more than 4 or 5
I
three-pointers in
hate
a
the
game.
step back. I hate the step back jumpers, like the step back threes, the end of the shot clock threes. Even when they fall, I don't like them because they're not sustainable. And when he gets his shot rolling, I think he hit like 6 last game against Cleveland. He may have hit 7, but it was one point where he was like 6 of 9 or 5 of 8 or something like that. And he starts relying on it. And he starts taking wilder and wilder shots. And I don't like that because it messes up his efficiency. So I would prefer
100%.
him just take the shot chart more mid-range. I would love for him to do that. That's what I really want from James.
I want him. I mean, and this has been the argument I've been having with people all year long because they've been on his ass. They've been on him like
of course, he's justified.
It's justified. I mean, he has not looked good this year at all, and this is his 3rd year. But the argument I've been making with people is he's actually got a head coach who's holding him accountable. He's got a head coach who's instilled a legit offensive system into this league, and he is learning how to play NBA basketball.
That's
when
true.
You watch a Steven Silas led offense the last 2 years with Jalen Green, you basically look like you're watching Street Ballers. There's really no legit. There's really no legit offense going or offense,
especially with Kevin Porter Jr. at point guard.
Exactly.
He pissed me off a lot of times last year.
So you're now having Jalen Green step into an offense that he ain't used to. It's not something he's used to handling because now Ime Udoka is having him have more ball control offense where he's handling the ball more, whereas before he was more of just a 2 guard. Now you see him bringing the ball up. Now you see him facilitating a little bit more. So he's more involved.
His facilitating has improved. His rebounding has improved. His defense has improved. He's improved.
And I liked something that one of the assistant coaches said to Vanessa Richardson during the halftime break the other night. He basically said, when Jalen Green is rebounding the ball, you can tell he's focused in the game. He's into the game when he's rebounding the ball because he is paying attention to where the rock is at. If his rebound numbers aren't up there, it means he's not truly engaged in the game.
I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that during the halftime report, but that's a really good point.
It was during. I want to say it was either the Wizards or Cleveland game. I don't remember which one it was because I worked the day of the Cleveland game, so it may have been the Cleveland game because I came home and I think I got home right at halftime and I heard that, but I was like,
that was Saturday, right?
Yeah, it was Saturday. So
yeah, because we were supposed to go there, and I told you I had something to do. It was 3:30 when I was finished. I was like, bro, it was no way. It was,
still
no way.
I was gonna switch with somebody. I was gonna switch with somebody because I don't work Saturdays, but I was like, screw it. I'll help somebody out because they need it off. I was like, screw it, I'll work for you. Why not? Which is why I'm off tomorrow. So, but yeah, he said that he's like, if you at halftime, it's a little predestined. You see what his schedule or you see what his rebound totals are. You can kind of see what kind of game he's going to have. It shows that he's engaged in the game. But I mean, that's the difference between last year and this year. He's not allowed to be more reckless like he was last year. There is more of an actual system in play, and people are like, well, why is Alperen Sengun flourishing? Because they're playing to his strengths. This is what Alperen Sengun did in Turkey when he was a professional ball player in Turkey. He was a facilitator. He played under the hoop. He was in the pick and roll. He took these shots. This is what he was already doing. He was already involved in an offense like this. So when Ime Udoka came in, he's like, we're going to play to his strengths. And we're going to teach Jalen Green how to play NBA style basketball, not street ball, not G League ball, not college ball. We're going to teach him how to play an NBA style offense. And
I definitely see that. It's things that I like and it's things that I dislike about the offense personally. But And I think a lot of it is to the detriment a little bit of Jalen Green, just because he's never played that way. So it's a huge adjustment to
100%.
make.
And
You know what I'm saying? So
he's being
it's a
held
really
accountable
hard
for it.
adjustment.
And it's
Yeah, and
being
Fred
held
VanVleet
accountable for it.
also. I'm almost at the point where I'm thinking Jalen Green, if he continues to improve in playmaking, should do what Jamal Murray does. Jamal Murray, when Jokic is in the game, for the most part, is a shooting guard. He plays the role of a shooting guard. Once Jokic sits down, Jamal plays the role of a combo guard. He facilitates, he scores.
That's
you know what I'm saying? But he gives you a good balance of it.
If
Jalen,
you really look at it,
you're taking away those away.
If you really look at it, that's kind of how it was with Sengun being on the floor. The offense ran through him, more or less.
Yeah, but you also taking away more from Jalen when you got Fred VanVleet with the ball. That's what I'm saying. Like Fred VanVleet, and he's been great for the Rockets. So I'm not saying they shouldn't have signed him, but I'm saying like if it was Alp and Jalen sharing 40% usage, I think Jalen's numbers will be way better. But the Rockets' record may not be better.
And this could be me just totally speculating. This could be me totally speculating. The main point for the signings of Fred VanVleet and Dillon Brooks out of the first year is leadership and veteranship. Like they were brought in to essentially be veterans,
professionalism,
and to show these younger players how to be a professional in the league. Next year, and even the year after that, I think the team is going to, or I think the offense, the keys to the Ferrari, if you will, are going to be handed to the likes of Jalen Green and Alperen Sengun. And you've already seen Dillon Brooks kind of take a step back on the offensive end. He's taken a significant step back on the offensive end. And I think you will see next year VanVleet will take a somewhat of a step back as well.
And that's the next thing. You actually just reminded me of something. Earlier in the season, they were posting up Dillon Brooks. They were giving him isolation, post-up touches in the paint. Dillon would get like 3 or 4 of those a game. And to his credit, he was making them. I'm not complaining at all. But that's another player taking dribbles, shot attempts, time of possession away from Jalen Green. So that's why. And now when Jalen,
not just him either, though. It's not just him either, though, because I want to make the argument for Jabari Smith as well. But the thing is, though, Jabari Smith impacts the game in other ways. Where Jalen Green was getting benched in the fourth quarter earlier on the year because he wasn't.
Jabari was rebounding.
Jabari was rebounding. Jabari was playing solid, really good, solid defense, and he was active in other ends of the floor, other than just shooting up threes and doing other things. And that's where Jalen has to learn. Is just like, look, your shot's not falling. You're not putting up 20 a night. How are you going to affect the game in other ways? Are you going to be diving on the floor for loose balls? Are you going to try and lock up on defense? You've got the athleticism. I'm not going to say you're going to come out here and be a Kawhi Leonard lockdown defender. I'm not going to say you're going to come out here and be the glove. I'm not saying you're going to do all that. Do you have the ability to do that? And if you want to put the effort in, you've got the athleticism. You do have the size of a really decent size guard. You can if you want to. But how are you going to affect the game? He's been rebounding a lot lately. I think he had a double-double the other night against Cleveland because he had 27 or 26 or 27 points, and I think he had 10 or 11 rebounds. So he's involved in the rebounding. I think the assist
he had 11
numbers
rebounds.
When he starts handling the rock more, probably next year, I think you'll see those assist numbers go up to. He doesn't need to average a double-double, but I would like to see him average 6.
Like
maybe
6.5.
I was going to say 6 or 7. I would like to see that a game, and I would like to see him a little more active in passing lanes. Because if you're active in the passing lanes, it means you're paying attention to ball movement for the other team, and you're focusing on the back cuts. You're focusing on your defender or who you're defending, and the guy that's next to you and who he's defending and what they're planning on doing. So that's when you're engaged in the game. And I feel like early on, when Ime Udoka was holding him accountable and benching him, he wasn't doing those things. When his shot wasn't falling because he was being inconsistent and in a shooting slump, he was basically getting discouraged and checking out of the game. Kind of like what Kevin Porter Jr. would do when he wasn't scoring. He would just check out of the game. and have a mental breakdown.
Yeah, his mental breakdowns was ridiculous. Like his mental breakdowns. I don't know. I don't get why guys like that are like that. But I mean, hey, when you got that talent and you raise the way that you raise, or you come from where you come from, it is what it is. But nah, man, but I agree with you on Jalen. I had this theory. I watch a lot of Nuggets basketball now because I just love the way they play basketball. I think the way that they play inside, how great Jokic is, it's a pleasure to watch. But I see that with the Rockets. But the one thing that like the Nuggets don't have, and obviously Jamal Murray is like way better than Jalen Green at this point. But the one thing they don't have is another ball handler taking shots away from Jamal Murray, dribbling possessions away, dribbling the ball. Sometimes a player just dribbling the ball more helps them score. When you limit their touches, that affects them. Even if some people think, oh, he sucks because he lets that affect them. That's how some people play the game. You know what I'm saying? Right. So you got to maximize that player if he's the more talented player.
Well, it's like when you say it's like when I tell you, it's just like, what's the first thing that comes to mind when I say the Denver Nuggets? Who do you think of? I think of Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray. First two players that come to my head. To be completely honest with you, I think the only other player I can name off that team, I don't know if he is Michael Porter Jr., I think is his name. And
you know more players than that.
Is Will Barton still on that team? Is Will Barton still on the? You see,
no.
I don't really know.
Wow. Yeah. They won a championship last year. Come on, man.
Will Barton was on that team last year. Get off.
No, he was not.
Yeah. Oh my God.
No, he was not.
Oh, you're lying.
He was traded 2 years ago. He was traded 2 years ago.
I'm looking him up right now.
I think he plays for the Wizards. Is he even in the league still?
Well, now he's in Covaran, Grenada. So
I told you, he's not even in the league no more, man.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, so I have no idea who on that team.
And I like Will Barton. No disrespect. I like Will Barton. He's a scorer. I like the way he can score the ball.
You want to know what I know about the Denver Nuggets? You want to know what I know about the Denver Nuggets? I know the Rockets beat their ass and they won the season series this year. That's all I know.
Yeah. I guess that's something. That's a good consolation prize. I guess that could be.
That's like that. We won we won our season in the first half.
I think they was tired of playing. I think they was tired of playing our ass. I think they just was like, we tired. We played them like 4 times in a month.
Bro, we played them 4 times in the first month of the season. I was tired of seeing Nikola Jokic.
I was tired. I didn't even want to see
tired of seeing Jokic. I didn't want to see Jamal Murray. I didn't want to see any of them. I was like, can y'all go back to Denver and with y'all's legalized weed and shit and leave us the hell alone down here in the South?
Right, exactly.
But
no, hey, what was you talking about with the point? Actually, no. I had one for you. You remember I told you in pre-production I had one for you. This is the one I want to get to. Then I want to do yours. So I posted a post on Facebook in this sports group that I am in, and by Sports Talk BST. Shout out y'all. I posted a post and I didn't like how it was received. I didn't like how many people were just like adamant, and I think that nobody even thought about it really quick. And I was like, damn, nobody thought. Sometimes I think that guys like people more than they actually like basketball. That's just what I think. I asked who is more of a bucket between Jamal Murray and Kyrie Irving.
Okay.
The consensus was Kyrie Irving without a second thought. And all I was saying was, wait a minute, let's think about this.
Hold up.
What can Kyrie really do that like Jamal just can't do? Like, we're not talking about, like, Kyrie Irving and Gary Neal. We're not talking about Kyrie Irving and Ish Smith. We're talking about Jamal Murray, NBA champion, had 35 points in the playoffs, 40 points in the playoffs, consistently, like, at some games, carried the Nuggets. Just like Kyrie did in 2016. And everybody is just writing this guy off. Like, I know Kyrie is unbelievable. That's not me. I'm not saying that to say.
In pre-production, you didn't go on this whole ass rant about that.
Why would I do it in pre-production? I want to do it on here.
Yeah, well, now you over here making it seem like when I'm going to say Kyrie Irving, because that's my pick is Kyrie Irving.
That's not you. I want to, let me put that caveat in there. It's not my man, Kyle. My man, Kyle, is not like, he's not saying that. I didn't want him to put his opinion out in pre-production. I wanted him to put it out on the camera live. Like, that's what I wanted to do. So,
Okay.
but yeah, that's my spiel, man. I just thought that people said it too quick and they didn't even think about it.
And my caveat to this is, I don't have any hate towards Jamal Murray. The man's an NBA champion. The man, the year before, or it was either the year before or the year before that,
2020.
2020 was an ACL tear away
in the bubble
from being an NBA champion that year, and then being an NBA champion, a 2-time NBA champion.
Thank you.
Last year. I'm not taking that away from Jamal Murray. But what I'm saying,
they could be three-peating right now. They could be three-peating. Nobody wants to admit this. They could be three-peating.
What I am saying is, your question to me was, in pre-production, who would you pick as a bucket getter?
Yes.
Jamal Murray or Kyrie Irving? And I went with Kyrie Irving. And I mean, the body of work is there. I mean,
that's fine.
But I'm not saying the body of work isn't there for Jamal Murray, but the body of work is there for Kyrie. And you want to know why?
Of course.
You want to know why everyone is saying this for Kyrie Irving? And it may hurt your soul when I say this. He's been in bigger markets than Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray's been for the Denver Nuggets for his entire career. Kyrie, no, don't shake your head. No, Kyrie Irving.
That's not it.
Yeah, it is. Kyrie Irving was doing his thing in Cleveland. Who put Cleveland on the map?
Small market.
LeBron. Yeah,
Small
LeBron
market.
put Cleveland on the map. And then LeBron went back to Cleveland, and then guess who was there still doing his thing? Kyrie, where he won offensive rookie, or is it offensive? No, just rookie of the year, excuse me. Where he won rookie of the year, and then he went to Boston, where he was carrying a Boston team and doing his thing in Boston, and then he went to Brooklyn, where he was in a bigger market in Brooklyn and doing his thing. The only reason why he left Brooklyn was because of the whole freaking COVID thing. And because he didn't want to get vaccinated.
They didn't give him the extension.
Well, they didn't want to give him an extension because of the COVID. Yeah. He didn't want to get a COVID
because the way he acted. Yeah,
because of the way he was acting. And then,
for sure.
So he went from Brooklyn down to Dallas. He's been so if that's the case, he's been in 3 big markets based off of that. He's been in Brooklyn. He's been in Boston, which we know the history of Boston, and then he's been in Dallas, which is a big market because of the state he's in.
I don't know. Is that what you think? Seriously? I don't think that people. I'm not saying that that's not how people think.
I'm telling you that because he's got.
I don't think that people are saying Kyrie is more of a bucket because of the market. I don't think.
No. I'm saying people know more about him being a bucket because of the market he's in, because they see him more.
And he played on Team USA.
And they seen him more via national recognition versus the Denver Nuggets and Jamal Murray. I'm going to be straight with you. If you're not a diehard NBA fan, I guarantee you no one knew who the fuck Jamal Murray was if you weren't a Nuggets fan.
To me, when I talk about, when I have this conversation with the people that I have this conversation with, I'm not talking about, those are not casual fans. Those are people that know the game, that know the intricacies of the game somehow. They know the players. If I don't think they know basketball all the way, they at least know the big time players. Jamal Murray is a big time player and has been for some moments. My issue is Kyrie can score in the post, Jamal can score in the post. Kyrie can score in the mid-range, Jamal can score in the mid-range. Kyrie can score from 3, Jamal can score from 3. You know what somebody said to me? They said, I like Kyrie over Jamal because Kyrie can get his own shot. I said, wait, so Jamal Murray can't get his own shot?
So can Jamal.
What are we talking about? Like, I don't understand that type of comment. So when people say stuff like that, in my opinion, I'm like, all right, this is not about basketball no more. This is about something else.
It's biased. It's all about personal.
That has to be. He can't create. Jamal Murray can't create his own shot.
Jamal Murray can create it. You don't average, and I'm gonna do this to you. You don't average. This year he's played in 51 games. You don't average 21 points, 20 points the year before, 21.2, 18.5, 18, 16, and then his rookie
year. Fuck the regular season. Fuck, you can't go by the regular season. Go to the playoffs.
No, bro. This is what I'm saying. You don't average in the 20s if you can't create your own shot.
Yeah, of
I'm
course.
I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
You're not gonna average 6 assists the last 2 years and 5 assists or the 3 years before that if you're not only creating your own shot and facilitating for other people. That ain't the damn case. You're not able to. I don't have the free throws on here, but I mean he's a solid free throw shooter.
Jamal Murray. we don't need the numbers. Jamal Murray is him. We know, and all my and like I said, Kyle, this is excluding you. So all the viewers, anybody watching, this is not. I'm not talking to Kyle. I'm talking to the people. They know who I'm talking to. They gonna see this.
The thing
it's
is
not
that,
something that you could just say easily. Go ahead.
Yeah. The thing that I will say is they can both get their own shot. They can both get their own bucket when they need to. I just think Kyrie's been doing it longer, and
I mean, okay. I mean, but Kyrie also has been hurt more. Now Jamal has been hurt.
100%.
What? Jamal got hurt 2021 and missed all of 2022.
Let's see here. Kyrie's been hurt more. Then he sat out for most of the COVID season because he didn't want to get the vaccination. And he's been more of a, let's just say, a head case. Is that a fair term to say?
I don't know. I just say he's not reliable. Like, I'm not gonna get into the name calling. I wouldn't even
say reliable.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even say reliable. He's just been more of a, let's just say, a headache. Headache. I said headache. Wow. He's been more of a headache off the court, which affects his ability to be on the court, than Jamal Murray. The only time Jamal Murray is not on the court is when he's dealing with an injury, and that's it. He's not.
Exactly.
Not out here in the media.
But I don't think that. I don't know. I just, when I talk basketball, I like to think that I'm talking to some measure of intelligent people. Again, not you. I'm just saying, like, people let stuff like that get in the way of their opinion of how they view a player. I don't care if the dude got vaccinated or not. Like, all I care about is, have you been on the court? When I look on the court and I look at Jamal Murray play basketball and I look at Kyrie Irving play basketball, I don't see that big of a difference. If anything, Jamal might be slightly better because I see him facilitate the ball better. I've seen him be able to keep his team up here. I've never seen Kyrie do that.
They can both get their shot, but I will say this, and I'm pretty sure any viewers who is probably begging for me to say this. I will say this. I think Kyrie has better handles than Jamal.
Of course. I'm not going to debate that. Handles doesn't mean anything, though.
Yeah, but I mean, if we're talking over here, like, I mean, because everyone is going to be like, well, if y'all are having a Jamal Murray and Kyrie Irving debate and yada, 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 then y'all got to take everything into consideration. Okay, if that's the case, Kyrie's got better handles, but I think Jamal Murray plays better defense.
I mean, I'm not going to debate their defense. I mean, I'm not saying Jamal Murray's a bad player on defense or Kyrie.
We can have an entire discussion about defense. To me, defense is all about, I don't know, effort. That's all that is. So
I've seen Kyrie. That's one thing I like about Kyrie. I can't let anybody, Jamal too. Like, they both play deep. They're not the greatest defenders at all. But I've seen Kyrie give effort. I've seen Kyrie
effort. And that's all it is. It's all about effort. If you don't want to put in the effort to play defense, then that's on you. That's because you don't want to play defense. Because in reality, I'm not going to sit here and say that, I'm going to go out on the court and I'm going to lock somebody down and I'm going to, play great defense and, be hoisting up shots. And, at the end of the game, people are going to be like, man, when we run it next, I want that white boy. Like, that ain't going to be the case, at least not until I lose some more weight and I'm running in circles around everybody like I was in high school. However, I promise you, if you're trying to get to the hoop, you're going to be like feeling like you're playing a football game because you're going to be banging.
You're going to get some contact, huh?
You're going to get some motherfucking contact, and it's going to be a motherfucker trying to move my lard ass out of there. So, like I said, I got to shout myself out. I started eating healthier. I'm losing weight. I've lost 11 pounds this month. So, pat on my back. I'm trying to make myself look good, trying to make myself look clean. This is my time. This is Kyle's time. I'm doing my thing. You know what I'm saying? But
what about that one with your what about the conversation you're telling me with your
this
coworkers?
Is the conversation that I was telling you and let's just say in the pregame, the pre-tip of this magnificent podcast episode. Me and a couple of the guys at my job were talking, and this guy presented something to me. He's like, all in their prime. No injuries, just all in their prime. 4 players. Who are you picking? All the same position. He said, Allen Iverson, Derrick Rose, Steph Curry, Kyrie Irving. Who are you taking?
Okay, so I know he said prime.
prime.
I get that. I know he said prime, no injuries, all that stuff.
Prime, no injuries.
Unfortunately,
Who you take?
Unfortunately, we never saw Derrick Rose's prime. We never saw Derrick Rose's prime.
You got a point.
So I'm going to say this.
You know what? I will say Derrick Rose's prime is the year he won MVP. That's
the only year we can go off of. He was 22
year that you can get to D Rose. Yeah, that's the closest.
He was 22,
year,
so I don't think that's your. I don't think that was his prime, but we'll go off that year. We'll just say he.
Speaking of D Rose, I saw today that he officially announced his retirement from the league.
That's not true.
Is it not true? They said that on ESPN,
that's
bro.
Not true. That was a troll. That was a troll account. If you look, it says Woj. It says Woj ESPN. That's his real name, but the Twitter account it says Woj D ESPN is not real. Derrick Rose did not retire.
Man, never mind. I take it back.
But still doing to answer your question, sir, I'm going to say Steph has to be number one just because we've seen what his prime is. I would say Derrick Rose, for me, is number two. I just think that what he did in his MVP season, 66 wins, that was amazing, or 60-something wins. I think it was 66. I think that was amazing. Number three would be Allen Iverson. And number four would be Kyrie Irving.
So you want the why? Hilarious?
Or okay, go ahead. No, I want to know what's hilarious.
So here's what's hilarious. So there was three of us talking. It was it was me, my boy Ephraim, and his boss Dennis. We were talking. Shout out, y'all. We were talking. Ephraim took D Rose, and he's like, I might be a little biased because I'm from Shawtown, but D Rose, and I was like, all right, cool. I took Steph. I couldn't figure out an answer that I wanted. So, but the first thing that came to my mind when he said all four players was Steph, and it was my gut reaction. So I was like, I'm going with Steph. And Dennis went with AI. So none of us picked Kyrie, and we're all having this entire conversation, and we didn't tell who we were going to pick until we decided to have that little round table conversation. And it was hilarious because we all brought up fair points. We all brought up good points about each player because there's no wrong answer when you look at it. There's no wrong answer. They all do their own thing, and they all do their own thing at a high level. So, and Dennis even stated, he's like, you know what? If we had a fourth person, it wouldn't be out of the realm that the fourth person would have said Kyrie, because there's really no wrong answer that you can go from. So
there is.
And there's a wrong answer.
There is. Yes, Kyrie Irving is the wrong answer. Somebody says Kyrie Irving, they talking about they like the way that he plays basketball. But if you're saying who you want in your prime, you're not going to take the player that in his quote unquote prime with the Boston Celtics or the Brooklyn Nets or the Cleveland. Now I'm not going to say Cleveland because he wasn't the best player on that team, but the Boston Celtics and the Brooklyn Nets, you're not going to take Kyrie Irving. He didn't. Kyrie Irving won one series in Boston. He won one series with the Celtics as the best. Well, in Boston as the best player, in Brooklyn as a second or third best player, depending on who you ask. So Kyrie Irving is the wrong answer. Derrick Rose, MVP, led his team to 60 wins, Eastern Conference Finals. They lose to a LeBron James and Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh, right? Like you can take that. Steph Curry, 4-time champion. Like you could take you can't argue that. Allen Iverson, I think he's slightly overrated, but you take him. He went to the finals. He has an MVP. You know what I'm saying? So
if AI had, I don't know a whole lot about AI because I'm not going to deny the fact I didn't truly start getting into basketball like that until the Rockets made the trade for Kevin Martin. That's when I that's when
that's like 2010. That's like that's like 2010. That's a long time ago.
I didn't get into basketball until then. Like I knew about Yao, I knew about T-Mac, I knew about them, don't get me wrong. I didn't get like die hard into basketball.
You just wasn't paying attention. Yeah.
I won't even say basketball. I didn't get die hard into the Rockets until the Kevin Martin trade. Like I'm talking Aaron Brooks, Kevin Martin, Shane Battier.
That was a superstar that brought you in. That's crazy. Being a Kevin Martin stan is crazy. That is nuts. And that is nuts.
That wacky.
You're the only person on earth that feel that way. Like you're the only person that was like, I'm a Rockets fan.
Bro, that just happened to be the time. That just happened
You
to
and
be the
Kevin
time
Martin's
that I
mom.
jumped in.
That's it.
Oh, wow, that's terrible. That's how we're gonna associate.
Nah, that's the
this
only
from now
people
on.
that was fans.
That's gonna be my handle now. Whenever he introduced me, he's gonna be like, "Yo, this is my boy K Steg, the Kevin Martin lover." Bring it,
Kevin Martin Stan. You got to change that name at the bottom. But no, what was you about to say about Allen Iverson?
All kinds of fucked up. I was gonna say, I don't know a whole lot about AI, but I have heard a lot of people say that if he had more on that team, that his stats wouldn't be what they were, and they think that his stats are a lot more inflated because of, dude, are you kidding me? Sorry, my dog is underneath the table.
Yeah, I know, it's all good.
So, I think they were saying that his stats were a lot more inflated because there wasn't a lot of other talent on that team. So, I mean, I get where you're saying from when it comes to that. What I
wouldn't. That's not really what I'm bargaining. But go ahead, finish your point. My bad. Go ahead.
What I was gonna say was the reason why I went with Steph. First of all, I know a lot more about out of the 4 players. Like I said, I didn't start getting into NBA until like 2010, 2011. So I knew about D Rose. I knew about his MVP run. I knew about how insane it was to be 22 years old, leading a not really talented roster of NBA players. You're not gonna go there?
That was a talented fucking roster. That was a talented roster. What history is gonna do is as the years go on, history is going to start belittling Joakim Noah, Moore, and Carlos Boozer, and Rip Hamilton.
You know
that team was fucking loaded.
That
team was loaded.
He did have. I'm not gonna lie. I thought Joakim Noah was a little bit overrated.
No. Wait, hold on. I don't want to go too far left and too far right.
Okay, yeah. Let me.
Joakim Noah at one point was overrated. However, I'm not gonna say
he did have in his prime Carlos Boozer.
Yes.
So
good play.
I will admit that I did forget that he had Carlos
Boozer. Is cold.
I think he had in his prime Kyle Korver as well, if I'm not mistaken, at one time.
Yeah. Before when Atlanta probably was Kyle Korver's prime. I think that was after Chicago. Okay,
he had a experienced Kyle Korver.
Yeah, because he played Kyle Korver started in Utah and then he went to Chicago. Yeah.
I thought he started in Utah, went to Atlanta, and then went to Chicago. And then he finished his
career. No. He played because the Atlanta Hawks went to the Western Conference Finals.
We're jumping off the rails. Now we're jumping off the rails. Let me.
It's okay. That's what we do. That's
what we do. No narratives.
We're trying to close narratives.
Yeah, we're trying to close. Well, shit. We starting other narratives.
I need a no narrative button. So when you say some shit like the Bulls wasn't talented, I can just hit that shit like, hold on, no narratives. That is a narrative. But go ahead.
Oh shit. All right. Yeah. So the reason why I went with Steph, honestly, is just the impact he's had on the game to this day. I mean, you look at Steph, he has changed the entire way this game is played as of right now. Look at the youth. Everyone is hoisting up 3-pointers from half court. That's the game, is 3-point shooting. If you can't shoot, if you're a guard or a wing and you can't shoot a 3-pointer, fuck. If you're a big man and you can't shoot a 3-pointer, your value isn't as high.
I don't want to come off as a hater, but I don't think that that's true. The game was the game. I think Steph Curry accelerated the process, but I don't think that he made the game start shooting more threes. Daryl Morey in 2011, 2010, 11, and 12, and 13, like when they first got James Harden with Kevin Martin, the guy that you love, they were already shooting with Rick Adelman. They were already shooting a lot of threes relative to the era that they were in. You know what I'm saying? And then with the Rockets, with James Harden, 2012, you got to remember, 2012, Steph was hurt, I think.
Hold on. Where's that no narratives button again real quick?
Wait, okay, go ahead. What's the no narrative?
Nah, I'm just going to say you over here going, I know how you are with James Harden. Where's that?
Bro. I'm talking about Daryl Morey. I'm talking about Daryl Morey, man. Steph Curry, you're saying Steph Curry influenced the three ball. He did it.
Analytical freak.
Thank you. The game was going that way anyway. The game was going that way anyway.
Our buckets are going to be at the rim or from the 3-point line. Fuck that mid-range shit.
Steph Curry didn't do that. Steph Curry didn't have guys. Steph Curry didn't have teams only valuing threes, free throws, and layups. That's not true. He accelerated the 3 ball. Cool. I will give him that. But to say he made the game start doing that, teams are already starting to shoot more threes before
I didn't
Steph.
say he made the game. I said
a lot of people say that.
I didn't say he made the game, but when if you were to bring a kid up to us right now and have this argument, I promise you, he is not going to say, "Well, Daryl Morey is the reason why this game is."
Well, that kid wouldn't have been born when Daryl Morey was doing that.
I'm telling you, that kid ain't gonna say nothing about James Harden either. He's gonna be like, "Oh, it's that light."
So if I spread a lie to my daughter, right now, and she goes on believing that that's the truth, does it change that that's a lie just because somebody else thinks it? No, just because a kid thinks something, it's an opinion. It's not an opinion. It's not. Yeah, I don't think it's an opinion. The game was already shooting threes before Steph. The game was going that way.
But were they shooting threes at an efficient rate as Steph?
He accelerated it. No, they weren't. You're right. I'm giving Steph his flowers.
But I am saying shooting threes the way that he is shooting them. Wait, you said what? I'm an idiot. Is that what you said?
You said he created them. He made the game start. Steph Curry is the reason why a 3-point line exists. That's what you are saying.
Oh, kiss my ass! I did not say that.
That is what you are saying. That is what you are saying.
No, you know what? They need to invent a 4-point line because that is why that motherfucker exists.
Now that okay. And even then, I'm gonna say Damian Lillard. I'm gonna still argue because I'm not letting people get no narratives. No. We're not giving people flowers that don't deserve it.
Okay, then there needs to be okay, how about this? There needs to be a 5-point shot for whenever you shoot a 3-pointer and you turn around and that bitch go in before you.
I fuck with that rule. I fuck with that. Everybody gonna try to do it just to get points, and they gonna miss a lot. It's gonna be a lot of missing
I guarantee you that's gonna be that's gonna be the shot from now on. People throw it up, turn around, and start dancing or
How many points would that be in street ball? 3? Because in basketball, in street ball, you go 2, 2 and 1. You don't go 3 and 2. So in street ball, would a 5-pointer be a 3 points?
That'd be a 3. Yeah, that'd be a 3.
Okay,
hands down.
Okay,
yeah, that'd be a 3.
That's fun. That's good math. That's good math.
It'd be the same thing with God. Now you got me thinking about old school. What was that damn game? Fuck. The NFL game, NFL Street.
Oh yeah.
Where you would throw the ball, that you had some invisible wall that you threw the ball off the side of the off the map. It bounced off, and some dude would jump off the other side and catch it for a touchdown or some shit, and you got like extra points or some nonsense.
I liked NFL Street, man. I
loved NFL Street. That was so fun.
You didn't like it?
No, I loved it. I loved it. It was so fun to play. I remember. I never bought it. I remember always asking my friend if I could borrow that shit, and he'd be asking for it, and I lost it, bro.
I remember you could transfer your players.
I lost it, bro, and I'm playing it as we're talking about it.
I remember you could transfer your NFL Street character to Madden and play with him on Madden.
I did not know. That I did not know.
Yes. I never forget. I don't know what NFL Street. This had to be 2006, maybe, probably around that time. I had a PS2. I had an NFL Street character. I transferred him over. I transferred him to Madden. He was an 86 overall as a rookie, tight end. I was like, bro, you can do this on Street? Never. I was like, that's crazy. Go ahead.
For you. Unpopular opinion. Have you always been a Madden boy?
I used to play Game Day. Okay. And I also played NFL Fever. Oh, and 2K. 2K.
I was gonna say
2K.
Unpopular opinion. I think it was
2K5.
2K5 with T.O. on the cover.
With Terrell Owens. That's one of the best games ever made. We've had this discussion.
I'm sorry. We have not had this discussion.
No. Go ahead.
But we don't have this discussion right now.
No, go ahead. I want to.
Hands down. To this day, I will die on this hill. Best NFL game made. I don't give a shit about what anybody says about the Madden with Vic on the cover. That could be number 2.
No.
NFL 2K05 or NFL 2K5 with T.O. on the cover. 2K5, hands down, best NFL game ever made.
Yes, it is.
I'm pissed off at the NFL. Yeah. I am pissed off at the NFL because that was when the NFL had a contract with two. They had it with EA, who was pumping out Madden, and they had it with 2K, who was pumping out 2K. And it
2K.
forced Madden to have to come out with good shit. Now, Madden doesn't, or EA doesn't have a freaking competitor when it comes to an NFL game.
It wouldn't be the same, bro. It wouldn't be the same if they made it now. The internet has changed. The NFL, the internet has changed the game. Everything will be focused on online play. Back then, you had the cribs. People actually put time and money into their cribs. The inside the helmet shit that you could do. You could watch the week when you simulate. They do Chris Berman. Chris Berman show highlights from actual fucking games. That shit was dope. Right.
So this is the thing that I do like that that Madden has finally got on board with, that NBA 2K has been doing for the last decade and a half, having a My Career mode or an actual superstar mode where you can create an actual player and play as that player and only that player. And I'm finally happy that they got on board with that. I think it's only been I think the first year they did it was like 5 years ago was a quarterback.
Maybe it was 5. Maybe it was 5. Maybe it was 5. You might be right.
But it was
people was complaining about
like that for like the first two years. It was a quarterback. Then they introduced running back and wide receiver, and then this year, or it was either this year or last year, I think it was last year, they introduced cornerback and linebacker. But it's like that I like, because it's like, yeah, I could go play now. I can go play against my homies online, or I can go do an exhibition game and play, whoever the hell I want versus whoever the hell I want. I can go do the franchise mode, which is what I did all the time, was the franchise mode. I went as a GM. I remember I had 2 different profiles. I had one where the salary cap was turned off. I just wanted to build some NFL dream team of current players, and I didn't want to do the math on being a GM. And then I actually challenged myself with having a salary cap. So, but at one point in time, you do that for, 6 months. You build a team. You win the Super Bowl 9 times in a row. You laugh in Tom Brady's face because now you're a Super Bowl champion 9 times, and he's only a 7-time Super Bowl champion. And it's like, what the fuck do I do now? So now it's like, I can go and challenge myself as a My Career mode person, or a My Career mode or a superstar, and play as one player and beef up those stats. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that my stats are inflated and I'm the greatest wide receiver that ever walked the face of the earth at an 89 overall, because I average 4,000 receiving yards a year, and I've got like 50 touchdowns, and I shattered all my records.
Boy, you are ranting. You are ranting
right now.
Go ahead.
I am bragging hard.
You are
right now.
ranting. Like you are ranting.
I am absolutely ranting right now.
You are living a dream.
I am living the dream. Where's that no narratives button to shut me the fuck up real quick?
Nah, it's not that. I was just listening like, man, this dude really loved 2K football. No, but
it's not.
It was good, bro. It was good.
It's not even that. It's just like, I remember borrowing it from my homie who lived a couple of houses down, and I was like, yo, I'm enjoying this. I borrowed it from him, gave it back, went and played it at his place, and then finally I got my parents to pay for it or buy it for me, and I was just like, yo, this is the truth. Don't get me wrong. I like Madden. I like some of the newer games that they've come out with. But at the end of the day, it's the same thing you get with NBA 2, or you get the same thing with NBA 2K. It's each year it's just the same game with new players, different stats.
It's no competition.
All wrapped up in the same. All wrapped up in
and
the same.
Madden used to put a lot of effort into their franchise mode. Now, to be fair, I haven't played franchise mode. I am now an internet person. I prefer to play another person online and match my skills up with theirs. That's just how I prefer to play.
See,
I prefer that over the joy of the computer. Because think about it, back then when we were coming up, the internet wasn't prevalent, so you didn't miss what you didn't have. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like, I used to get Call of Duty games and I would make sure I beat the campaign mode before I do multiplayer. Now I don't even try with the campaign mode. I just fucking go straight to multiplayer. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I am now. It's different.
Campaign mode though is still kind of fun though. Like from time to
time.
Campaign.
I don't know. Campaign mode is definitely fun.
If I don't want to sit there and sweat and play again, be a sweat and be like, and trying to focus up on what's going on. Yeah, I'll go. Yeah, I sit there and be playing
Because you
campaign
can
mode,
always
but
pause on campaign. You can pause,
exactly.
pick up when you're ready to get back to it. Yeah, you don't gotta like sit there like internet. You can't a multiplayer. You cannot fucking pause. You're gonna have 0-17 quick.
What's hilarious is when you're playing online and shit, and your parents need you to come do something. Hold on, I can't pause the game. I told you to bring your.
I'm telling you, I tell everybody when I'm playing the game.
Trying to get your parents to realize that is a losing battle.
Your girlfriend, your friend, any girl that doesn't play the game, it don't have to be your girlfriend. But I be telling, like, I tell Kennedy, I say, Kennedy, let me know before you leave your house before I start this game, because I'm like, if I come, I'm just gonna unlock the door and you have to come up. But go ahead.
Yeah,
like,
no,
for real.
I was gonna say parents and non-gaming females. We'll just leave it at that. Parents and non-gaming females don't like, and even then, like, I finally got my parents to realize it, and my dad would hit me with the realest line ever. I don't care. I need you. You don't pay bills here. Bring your ass out here when I call you. Man. Fine.
See,
I come back.
I'm telling you now. I'm way more tolerant now, bro.
Now I'm a 32-year-old living in my own place. If anybody calling me, they're calling me on my phone, and I'm literally like this. Kiss my ass. I'm gaming. Like some nonsense like that. Like I ain't. Now it's like I set time aside to play video games because I'm an adult now. I got responsibilities. When I set time aside to play a video game,
that's my video game time.
That's my video game time because I don't get that all the time. So
I didn't play today.
I honestly, today was my first day off in 6 days because I picked up that shift. Yeah, it don't sound like a lot to some people, but when
it's
you
fucking
work
7 days in a week.
Yeah,
you work 6 of them. What are you talking about?
I work 6 of them.
You work 6 of them, man.
I work 6 of them, and here's where I'm gonna fuck your head up. I had 1 day off last weekend, so I've worked 11 days in 12 days. Yeah, today was my first day off.
You're sleeping, man.
Oh, today was my first day off. I did not want to do a fucking thing, like nothing at all. I didn't want to do shit. It was St. Patty's Day. I got the closest thing I got to green on right now. And amen. I got the closest thing I got to green on. I got my mic on green right now, celebrating that good old St. Patrick's Day. Need all the luck I can get. But yeah, I did not do anything. I think I played one NBA 2K. I played one career game earlier today, and it was against the Lakers. And
if I get drafted by the Lakers, I demand a fucking trade. Like I'm not playing.
I'm a point guard for the Rockets. I took Fred VanVleet's job and
back to the Rockets. I like to go to teams like Charlotte. Like if I try to make myself a position where it's like not common. Like a guard is too easy. I try to kind of be like that hybrid.
I do different shit. Like as a point guard. I mean, as a point guard's easy, but I like to do different shit. Like people are like, so what do you like to run? I was like, pick and roll, and I'm like, man, that's easy. I'm like, yeah, but it ain't easy when you're running a pick and roll with 2 guards. That shit ain't fucking.
I like to do the pick and roll with fucking like I'm the pick. I pick and then I pop out for the 3, or I roll and I create. Post game, with all that shit.
What do you want?
That dog is fucking with you.
This dog is like, he's hyperventilating right now. He's making himself hot because he's panting, and it's like, if you stop panting and just chill the hell out, you'll be okay. But we've got this issue, and I live on the 2nd floor, so I've got somebody that lives above me, and of course he's real skittish, so he gets freaked out by noises, and I have people. I got third floor problems where they don't want to sit here and
you on 3rd?
Yeah, I got 3rd floor problems. People people walking on top of me and shit. And he gets freaked out by all the noises and stuff. So,
yeah, that'd be having him shaking.
Oh yeah, he freaking out. He's a rescue, so he was already outside. And,
okay.
So thunder, lightning, fireworks, all that scares him. He gets scared of the washing machine. But he's perfectly fine with the dryer and the dishwasher. I don't understand that shit. And then he gets freaked out by people upstairs and shit. But
that shaking, that washing machine be shaking. That's probably why.
Yeah, that and then he be shaking. Like I tell people all the time, I'll be laying in bed, and when he gets freaked out, I'm laying in a massage bed because he's over there the whole freaking time,
Yeah,
shaking the
going
bed and shit.
crazy.
I'm like, dude, chill. It ain't that serious. Let's see here. We got a little bit left. We've been talking about NBA the whole time. Let's take a recap. NFL.
Okay.
NFL free agency just
Some shit
happened. We had
happened. Some shit happened.
some fucking crazy shit happened. So we just had the NFL Combine. Shout out to all those men doing their thing. I think they're getting ready to start their pro days because we got the NFL Draft. I believe it's always the week of my mom's birthday, which is April 24th. So I think it's on like April 26th, 27th, and 28th, if I'm not mistaken. So that's about a month and 10 days away. Shout out to those men.
It's too long to wait, man. It's too long to wait, man. September, I gotta wait till the new season.
Fuck. But I mean, you gotta. I'm gonna say this though. You gotta give those players a chance, bro. That's 17 games, not including preseason. And if they make it into the playoffs, that is over 20 games of what my old football coach. Shout out to Coach Mason. Hope you're doing good, bro. Controlled hostile violence is what he used to say. You got grown men running full fucking speed, and some of these guys can get up to over 20 miles an hour colliding with people. No, they need
time to rest. No, you're right. I'm not mad at it. I understand.
It just sucks, but I mean,
you gotta wait so long. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It sucks, but I mean, it gives us the opportunity to show love to these other sports. So we just had NFL free agency. Bunch of shit took place. We had trades, we had signings, we had some interesting signings, interesting trades. Which one that jumped out to you?
The Keenan Allen trade really shocked me.
Then go away.
The Justin Fields trade shocked me.
I'm okay. So I got something on that, but go
ahead. Like a lot of stuff shocked me. The Chargers with their receiving core pretty much getting rid of them.
That entire thing.
Jonathan Gennard to the Vikings.
They released Mike Williams, traded Keenan Allen.
Justin Fields going to Pittsburgh. Apparently, that's where Justin Fields wanted to go. He had 4 other teams and said no. He wanted to go to Pittsburgh, I guess. Russell Wilson, I guess he thinks that it's a potential he might take that job if something happens or whatever the case may be. I really wanted Chicago to keep Justin Fields, man.
I wanted them to keep him as well. I really did, but I mean, did he really want to be there still? Like, I think
he wanted to be in Chicago. I definitely do. I think that they're going to make a mistake drafting Caleb Williams. I hope I'm wrong. I like the Bears, but
I'm sorry to say this, and you know what? I'm gonna Caleb. This is coming from a 32-year-old grown man, bro. If you ever see this, this is my advice to you. Grow the fuck up.
I don't know, man. I can't. I don't know that man. So like I hear the reports. I hear the reports, but it's like
but it's like
people can do a lot of shit. They said CJ Stroud was dumb. They said CJ Stroud was dumb because he didn't pass the test. Like I'm not gonna go off the stories and stuff. I understand the diva looked at it saying, "Oh, I'm not going to Chicago" and all that shit. If it's any truth to that, you're right. But I don't know. I don't want to make it that because I really don't know what Caleb. He could not be saying a fucking word, and teams could be trying to posture. You feel what I'm saying?
True. But I mean, my thing. This is what gets me irritated. The talent is there. Don't get me wrong. The talent, the measurables, it's all there. But don't make it seem like because all that talent is there that you can just do whatever the fuck you want leading up to it. Like, it's a whole entire process, bro. Like, you're not above the process. And that's what's irritating to me is like, and there's a reason why these teams want to test certain things. There's a reason why these teams want to know certain things. And he's over here skating around, or I don't want to say tiptoeing, but like skating around those certain aspects, like not wanting to do anything at the combine. Fine, that's your choice. You're gonna wait until your pro day. That's your choice. I think Marvin Harrison Jr. did the same thing. That's your choice. There's People get invited to those things. It's not mandatory. I'm not mad at him for that. But one thing that I feel like he should have done was released his I think it's his medical records.
His physical. His
physical.
his medical like, or some shit like that.
I feel like you should have at least done that because, and I think his
reason. To who though? To which team?
All 32 of them.
Because I don't think that he's gonna send all. I don't think he's gonna. It's 32 teams. 31 of those teams are not getting a physical because he knows he's going number one.
Does he though?
Why am I giving the Chargers or the Niners or the Cowboys a fucking physical? Fuck your physical. I'm not gonna be here at number 7. I'm not gonna be here at 12. I'm not gonna be here at 18.
I agree to disagree. The thing is, there's 32 NFL teams. You don't know what the fuck is gonna happen. Here's one for you,
Caleb. There's no chance he falls.
LA Chargers trade Justin Herbert and their first round pick to the Chicago Bears for their number 1 overall pick, and they take Caleb Williams.
That makes no sense.
It doesn't make sense. You're absolutely right.
Wait. You said the Chargers take Caleb Williams number 1?
The Chargers trade Justin Herbert.
That's not gonna happen.
Bro,
you know why?
It's a hypothetical.
Because you just said, I know it's hypothetical, but you just said Caleb's not giving. He's not giving out his medicals. So if he's not giving out his medicals, what team is going to feel comfortable enough trading their proven franchise quarterback who they paid $60 million for Caleb Williams if they don't have any of your medicals?
You're right. 100%. You're right. How about this? He releases his medicals to the Chicago Bears, and they don't like what they see, so they don't draft him.
I think Washington, Cliff Kingsbury,
and then he does
in college with them.
And the only team he gave his medicals to was the Chicago Bears. So now nobody else has his. Okay.
Not for this draft, because Cliff Kingsbury had the Las Vegas job. He turned that down and went to the DC job. DC has the number 2 overall pick. We know Chicago traded Justin Fields. If they didn't trade him. If they're taking a quarterback, so they're not going to take Michael Penix, they're not going to take Bo Nix, they're not going to take JJ McCarthy, Jaden McDaniels. They're not taking them.
Is it Bo Nix?
Like they're not. They're taking Caleb.
Is it Bo Nix or Drake May?
Drake May and Bo Nix are out this draft. I think Bo Nix is 37 years old. He needs to get the fuck out of college. Like, bro, you got a family. Get the fuck out of there.
Really fucking 36?
No, like damn, like he's been in college a whole fucking long time. He was there when Tebow was there, bro. Go. Leave. Old ass. He's 24. Get the fuck out of college, bro. What are you doing? This should be your second year in the NFL. What are you doing? Like, dude, he was in high school with us. Like, get the fuck out. Like, what are you doing, bro?
He was in high. Bro, he won. You crazy. You crazy.
Bro, I'm just saying, like, that's how old he is in comparison. Like, that's how old he is.
I went off the rocker. I went off the rocker with that real quick. My quick take.
You did Justin Herbert in the first round pick.
Shit, bro.
Chargers not doing
it. It's a hypothetical. That's
it was a hypothetical.
I'm just saying crazy shit has happened. And I mean, we're sitting here. If we're having this conversation 365 days ago, I guarantee you would have laughed at my ass if I said the Texans are taking C.J. Stroud at number 2, and then they're gonna trade back and take Will Anderson at number 3.
I wouldn't have laughed.
Yes,
that's not true. That's not true. That's not true. No narratives. No narratives.
Bullshit.
This draft this year is different from the draft last year. Caleb Williams, I was hoping that the Texans, this is how dumb I am. I was hoping that the Texans didn't take a quarterback last year, that we went into the season with Davis Mills, built up this fucking roster, tanked this year, and got Caleb. That's who I wanted. But I'm so glad we got C.J. Stroud. I'm so glad I was wrong. C.J. Stroud is the best fucking thing to happen.
It's not just his talent. It's the man he is off the field. He's a man of God. I love it.
Yeah.
Exactly. I absolutely love it. I mean,
that was a good football conversation, though. Let's wait to
it was a good football conversation.
Way to wrap that up.
The only thing I was going to bring up is I thought it was crazy. All the running backs jumping from one team in their division to another team in their division was hilarious.
Except for Derrick Henry.
But
I thought we were going to get Derrick Henry before they traded for Joe Mixon, because I was like, bro, we have no running back. All the running backs signing within the division. Josh Jacobs also, he signed with the Packers. He didn't go to the AFC. He didn't stay in the AFC West. But I thought,
I mean, that's crazy. They signed him for basically the same contract that I think Aaron Jones had. That they wanted him to take a pay cut.
He took less.
Was it less? Oh, he took less.
Whatever the pay cut Aaron Jones would have taken is the money Josh Jacobs got. If I'm not mistaken.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, but I thought it was absolutely crazy the running backs jumping around as much as they did.
Aaron Jones is stupid. He's dumb. Like, I know they gave him money, but bro, Detroit is right there. Chicago is right there, bro. Like, what are you doing? You could have went to been playing for something and stayed in the division. Like, but you went to Minnesota. Now, Minnesota may be good. I have no idea. But Sam Darnold, I ain't buying it.
Stop it now. Stop. Minnesota ain't gonna be good. Not with Sam Darnold. He's out there seeing ghosts. He out there seeing
Kevin O'Connell is a great offensive coordinator, though.
Yeah, I'm not. He's a great offensive coordinator.
He's a great head coach. Like his. I meant to say head coach. His play calling is
great
really
offensive-minded head coach. There we go.
He's a great offensive-minded head coach.
You absolutely 100% correct. However, Sam Darnold gonna be out there looking at cover 2, and he's gonna see a ghost flowing in the middle of the street, in the middle of the field. And
we'll see, man. Sam Darnold may have learned something in San Francisco. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
If that's where he was at.
Yeah, he was backing up Brock Purdy in San Fran.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so real quick before we call it, MLB, Major League Baseball, spring training will be done. It's March 17th right now. First game of the season for the Astros is March 28th, if I'm not mistaken. So
it's my daughter's birthday. Shout out to Astros. Let's go.
Yes, sir. They open up a 4-game series. They start the year with a 4-game series at home against the New York Yankees, who I believe Garrett Cole will be out for the first month or two with a right elbow injury of some sort. But I think he.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do it on camera.
No, I mean
he missed a time. Hey, it's a race.
I hate that he's hurt, but I'm happy for him that he's having to avoid Tommy John surgery. I think that's huge. So I mean,
that's a good thing. I don't want him to get Tommy John.
If he had to be hurt, I'm glad he doesn't have to have surgery on it.
I'm glad it's not Tommy John. I don't want Tommy John. That's a fucked up injury.
I mean,
Astros. It's from 2017 by Astros. Listen, I'm not the biggest Astros fan as I wear the shirt and the hat, but I love the Astros. But I will say this. It's hard for me to get into the regular season because we know they're going to the AL championship. We know they're going there, and we know that we probably gonna go to the World Series. So it's like, where's the stakes at for me?
Here's the thing I know about the Houston Astros. Yes, we've been in the AL.
CS.
We've been in the ALC. We've been in the ALCS the last 7 years. We've been in the World Series like 4 times out of the last 7 years or 6 years or something like that. That I know. Is it a guarantee that we'll make it again this year? No. Here is the absolute one guarantee that I could promise you with the Houston Astros. If you're not a Houston fan, you hate the fucking Astros. We are the villains of Major League Baseball, and I fucking love it. Fucking love it. Let's go.
I think that the villain shit is cool, but I don't like the stupidity that comes with it. I don't like how people just trash cans. Like, I'm like, come on, be a little bit more creative with your shit talking. Like, come on, y'all, go back to the drawing board.
Well, here's the thing: they're hating because of the fact that yes, we got caught cheating, but it's like what
we got snitched on.
And we got snitched on for. I'm sorry, we got snitched on for cheating by a player who played for the Astros, and
never mind.
And he was bleeding between his legs because he got traded because he was asked. But we're not going to go there. What I think is hilarious is people are tripping about it, and I was just like, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying to win. So, fuck you. If you can't tell me
sport of cheating.
You can't tell me that the other 29 teams weren't stealing signs in some way, shape, or form.
The Boston Red Sox the very next year got popped with the Apple Watches. Nobody gives a damn. Like, I don't care. That's why I don't care about the cheating.
It's been documented that the Yankees were sign stealing. All that nonsense. So we gonna jump into that shit at another time. This has been another great episode by your boy K Stegman, your boy Red Nation Blogger, aka Bryson Jones. This was No Narratives Podcast. Hey, it's Sunday night. That means tomorrow's Monday. Y'all have a great start to y'all's week.
Hey, yes, sir. Hey, sir. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patty's Day. Deuce.